welcome back. We are still here, guys. Unpacked. Part 2 of this episode. We still got the homie Mo-Fi in the building.
We're still fucking here.
Listen, I feel the reason why I'm still here is because I'm too drunk to drive and y'all won't let me leave. Right. But hey.
So we decided we just going to keep this episode going.
Why
we
not?
Have so much more to talk about.
Why not? I'm here for it.
All right. So we just finished talking about Plano. What's next?
All right. We discussed a little bit. You brought it up a little earlier.
Okay.
So we're going to get back into Amend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mo, did you see Amend?
I kind of saw a little bit of the previews and stuff, but I didn't watch the whole
thing.
thing.
I kind of saw the previews.
You ain't got to put me out there like that. I was trying to, you know.
I'm aware of it.
He's a dude in class who the dude's like, who read it? I kind of read the
preface.
I read the forward.
I just want to be able to say that I'm gonna say something on this topic. Right. You know, I'm not just gonna be quiet and be like, yeah, Dre, yeah, Rich.
Fair enough. Did you watch it?
I tried. So,
okay.
No. All right. So I watched one episode of it. Right.
It's 6 episodes.
Right. I watched one episode. And then I made it halfway through episode 2.
Okay.
And I was at the point
I thought it was like 3 seasons. It's like 6 episodes.
It's 6.
And they're hour-long episodes, so it's not even like...
Right. Your excuse was worse than mine, bro.
No,
he tried.
So did I.
He's like, I watched the preview.
No, at least I watched the preview.
I wasn't worse than I made it an episode and a half. Right,
it's not worse. It's not worse. You at least watched it.
Right, at least. I tried to watch it. I was doing it on my day off because thinking, okay, I can get through 6 episodes. The problem was, it was very racism centric, and I'm racism out right now. That's really all it like.
That's fair.
That's all it was. It was like,
I'm with you.
And so to be fair, it was a well put together show.
It's
so
great.
So I can admit I might not like something, but I admit it was still well done. So it looked like a very good documentary.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Right.
the first one.
I liked it.
I liked Lord of the Rings.
Okay, sorry, never mind.
Right.
Balls are
trying to start like a beef.
It's not gonna work.
You know?
I fell asleep in it a couple times. But anyway.
I understand that. But yeah, so I watched the first episode and I said it was good. Will Smith, Mahershala Ali, all of them did a good job. In their
great
portrayals. Actors. And it was basically, for anybody who doesn't know, it was about, they basically discussed the 14th Amendment. And all of the things that it covers, because it's one of those amendments that doesn't get talked about a lot.
Right. Because
it's always the first and the second, there's those gun rights.
So for those who don't know, what is the 14th Amendment?
The 14th Amendment.
We're going to have to put it on the screen because, so here's the issue.
Right here.
Here's the issue, I think, with discussing the 14th, and this is part of why the docuseries is so dope, because it is somewhat vague. It was originally developed to bring equality to blacks, right? So first we talk about the 13th when it comes to abolishing slavery,
right?
And then the next was, all right, well, not only are y'all not slaves, but y'all are equals. Right? But then the 14th becomes a little diluted because it's not just blacks. It's also...
But that's the thing. It's not... That's not what dilutes it in reality. And I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I think what the 14th Amendment represents is basically, if you are born or naturalized a citizen here, you have the same rights
as everyone.
Okay.
Yeah,
everyone.
Yeah.
Period. Right.
Right.
So when people try to pervert it and exclude people, it's like, no,
it's everybody.
It's everybody.
Yeah. So the reason why I say diluted, and you're right, because it was technically written for one reason,
right? But
it fits so many more.
Yeah.
Right. Like and of course we're going back to patriarchy. When the Constitution was written, it was technically written for white men.
Not technically, it was officially written for white men.
When I say technically, like they didn't specifically say white men,
but they didn't have to,
right?
Because they specifically were leaving out, blacks.
Right. But because they didn't say white men, that's why the 14th even needed to happen.
Absolutely,
because it was like, all right, well, y'all left the niggas out.
But no, not even just that, right? It was more of, yeah, we never intended to put them. They're slaves, right? So then when they abolished slavery, it was like, yeah, they're slaves, but they're still not equal. They're free, but that they can't vote. They have no rights. Hell, they're only free in the North. Like,
what was the slave equate? It was like, what was the percentage?
You were 3/5.
3/5,
right? Yes. And the only reason they even gave them the 3/5.
It was actually, so it's very, very connected to Congress, right? And it's the idea of, okay, so when you look at the Senate, right? Every state gets 2 senators, right? But a state like New York, size-wise, getting 2 senators compared to a state the size of Texas getting 2 senators, kind of unfair.
It is
when you look at size, but when you look at the dense population of New York, that's why it would make sense for them to have technically more from a congressional standpoint than a Texas, whatever. So like it's the same kind of thing where the South technically was like, look, the North can't get the same number of votes as the South because we technically have more people, even though we don't consider these niggas people.
Right. End of the day, we have more people, but we don't want to consider them equal. So they're 3/5 of a person, right? So,
like, I don't even know how the fuck they came up with 3/5.
Yeah,
like,
who came up with that number?
Half.
I just want to know if they were like sitting around on a table like us, drinking Johnny Walker, and was like, so how are we gonna, equate these N-bombs, right?
It had to, honestly, it had to be.
They saw dicks, they were 3 times the size, and they were
no.
They were very much.
It had to be some shit where like it was a bigger number originally. And then they were like, what's the smallest common denominator or some shit? And brought the fraction down. Like, I don't understand how
I don't understand how they became. Yeah,
I'm sticking with my theory on it.
All right, it was penis size. Anyway.
They were 3 times the size.
Anyway, to your point. So Amend, yes, did start with race.
Yeah.
In the later episodes, I know you didn't reach there, but in the later episodes, it like moved away from race. But I do think that you brought up a good point. Like the idea of being like racism out.
And that's me right now.
I think that's
most
people.
I won't lie. Anytime something comes out that's race related, I'm like, I gotta watch it because I feel like I gotta energize. But then part of me is also like, but I don't want to hate white people.
Did you watch the entire series?
Entire thing.
Huh.
In 2 days.
Oh man, you really binged it.
Don't know. So like,
really, it's 6 hours. So you can.
But when I tell you like anything race related, anything like with historical context around race, I'm watching. Even if I don't.
That's how I feel about Marvel.
Okay. With you on that.
Right, that's me. Like what you're talking about with race relations, it's me and Marvel.
That's WandaVision for me.
Right, like legit, I have to watch it. Like granted, yes, in the moment I'm like, oh, white people. But then like aside from that, I'm like, okay. This is necessary because I think the historical context is so important.
Right.
And like that's the part about the 14th Amendment because there are parts of it that I legit was like, I need to go read the Constitution again because there are parts of this that I took for granted that I forgot that like these things actually matter.
Listen, when you guys were talking about it, I was
you were Googling what the
14th Amendment was, but I was like, I don't want to be like, yeah, it says on Wikipedia. I didn't want to do all of that. So, I mean, I'll just let you guys talk about it. But since you'll have more,
Right. I'm just tired mentally.
Yeah.
So, that's all the movie. That's Judas and the Black Messiah. That's American Skin. That's...
And like some of those are good movies. Some of those are not good movies. But the problem is they're like, I feel like this need to be super woke following the events of the last few years has taken things. Though I go downtown DC and like the National Geographic building, whatever, the side of it is a huge Black Lives Matter sign.
Okay.
Like I'm playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, and in the game there's again, Black lives do matter.
I like it.
But it's like,
I mean, I also don't play the game. So.
Slim and Queen, I'm just.
It's like, and I'm like, some of these things are cute, nice symbolism.
Nigga said cute.
Right, but
I wouldn't say cute.
And when I say cute, I get it. I mean, it's like, okay. And I'm not one to knock it, right?
Sure.
It starts somewhere. Maybe it starts with the symbolism. But you have to realize that real changes need to be put in place.
Sure.
Changes like in the lending market. The stuff we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
With the housing industry, real estate agents, how they deal with.
Right. It's super subjective instead of objective.
Right. Like there's so many aspects of it that need to be addressed.
Sure.
I just don't want them to Black Lives Matter sticker us to death and nothing changes.
Right. You know, as far as with the real estate stuff, I've seen too many stories where people would try to get their houses appraised or try to get a loan for their houses. Yeah. And because they were black, they had to like...
That's what we talked about last episode.
They literally did a study, and I told you in the WTOP where they said black home ownership is far lower than white home ownership.
So disturbing.
For the same houses.
For the same houses. And black people are declined for loans at a much higher rate, regardless of the fact that they are in the same situation.
And like, how could
financially.
How could this not be an issue? Like,
right, because again... Until you dig deep and can prove...
It's harder to prove that it's a race piece.
Because I can say as a bank, you have to actually do the investigation to prove that the banks are not... are judging it based on race. You have to literally bring two people, make sure... You have to set you have to set them up.
Right.
Get multiple two people or 3-4 people
blindly
with the same stats, the only difference being race, and see what the banks are doing. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things that until you can prove it and put numbers to it and then bring that before the legal system.
So you're racism out, but I'm so the opposite, bro. Like, bring it on. Like I don't get me wrong, I don't actually want to see it, but I feel like it's a need though. Like I feel like the conversations need to happen, and I'm around enough people who actually I can see the difference in how they were 2 years ago versus last year versus now. And it's not moving as quickly as I would like it to, but it's happening. And as a result, like all the racism shit that's on TV, whether it's movies, documentaries, TV shows, that shit just like burns in me. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm ready.
So I agree with you. The conversation does need to happen. I mean, at no point in time I'm going to advocate for it to stop, whatever the case is. But at the same time, too, it's like, it's so infuriating because it's like, there's the MO doesn't change, right? It's almost like everything is like the same. The names are just different. And it's like,
I don't even, bro.
When is it going to end? I
don't even think the conversation needs to happen. I think all of these movies and programs and stuff needs to be targeted to them. They need to sit down and watch it, and then they need to figure. Like that's the thing for me. I think the whole. Sure. I don't think I need to watch them anymore.
So, like, I mean, I think the only
and maybe that's closed-minded of me to think.
No,
like
it's not closed-minded. But I think that like there needs to be a strategy that's placed around it. It can't just be we create this for you guys to watch. There needs to be like white people who are influential who say, "Hey, white people, fellow white people."
It's to your point. It's to your point. It's like you said, racism is not a black problem, right?
Right.
We can't stop it because we're not the ones doing it
at all.
So they needs to be the ones like what you're doing. That needs to not be, and I'm not saying
it doesn't need to be right. No, I 100% agree with you.
It's
not my responsibility, but I realize that because they're not doing it.
But at the same time, you can't force it on their throats too, because it's like that black guy who kidnapped that white woman and forced her to watch Roots, right? She left after she...
I don't know.
Wait, y'all didn't hear about this? Dude, he kidnapped this white woman.
For starters, this sounds fucking awesome.
No, I'm serious. And he forced her...
He's locked up. Free my nigga, yo.
No, listen. And he forced her to watch Roots, right? But at the end of it all,
handcuff her to a chair or something?
He like strapped her down and stuff, right?
I would have probably chose Power.
But at the end of it all,
just for the entertainment value. Though.
At the end of it all, when she like was like, he was arrested and everything, she was like, she hated black people more than ever,
bruh.
You know what I'm saying? It's
that's
like
what I said. Remember, that's what I said about the girl that lost her scholarship.
Sure, yeah.
Right, like when you
force somebody,
things, instead of it having the positive effect, she may hate. And I'm not saying she does.
So she hated black people
more than ever now.
Nigga, she was kidnapped.
It was like the reverse
and forced to watch.
Yeah, like if I was kidnapped and was forced to watch The Nanny,
I'd have been.
I might have been upset too.
So it would not have been Roots.
I would have mixed it up a little bit.
I'm like,
I would have thrown an episode of Friends in it.
You gotta watch All About the Benjamins first.
Right, dog. I would have given her
Boys in the Hood.
I would have given her a combination Friends, Living Single.
Like if you kidnap me and force me to watch Seinfeld,
I'd have been like, look, this is funny.
Yeah,
you need to watch this. This will make you
and I would not have locked in her chair. I would have locked her in a bed, and we would have kind of cuddled and watched it together. So like
you would have given her straight up. You were aiming for Stockholm syndrome.
So she didn't feel like she was in prison. You know what I'm saying?
He would have tried to give her Stockholm syndrome.
It doesn't even sound, you know.
Right. She would have been released and been like, but I love him.
Right.
I'm not going anywhere.
Bro, when I tell you, like, yo, all shits aside.
Really?
All shit, no, not that far. But like all shits aside, like, you would be surprised how receptive white people. No, not shut the fuck up. Like how receptive white people are when you create a space. And I think this is for everything, right?
So I'm gonna send this to y'all because I just think it's an interesting read, and I just don't want people to think that I'm crazy.
Look at the picture of who. Like, if it was me, it would have ended differently.
I'm gonna
like
send
that guy.
to y'all.
I'm gonna say this. If he kidnapped me and made me watch Bruce, I hate black people too. Like let's be real. Let's be real.
I'm gonna send it to the group.
He's scary. But anyway, like I think that when you create a space for people to feel safe enough to actually make the mistakes, because I mean, when it comes down to it, especially when it comes to race, people are like white people are gonna make mistakes around their views and our experience, right? Mm-hmm. So when you create a space where you let them feel at least safe enough to make the mistakes, but also understand that we're going to correct you on this. Mm-hmm. I'm going to show you like, all right, so your view here is a little skewed and here's why, but they don't feel like they're being attacked. You'll be surprised how far they'll be like, shit, I never thought about it that way. Like I got a ton of white friends, honestly, who I was like, how the fuck did you know these things? Like,
hey, Dre.
Yes.
You're acting like you talking about children. These are grown fucking
I
adults.
know.
Just don't fucking shoot me in the street, or if someone does, be mad about it. That's it. That's all I want.
They don't really ask for much.
I don't ask for much, dog.
Yo,
I feel like I don't gotta walk you down that road.
I'm with you. I agree.
That's what I'm like.
I agree.
Like you're giving them a lot of credit. Like you're dealing with toddlers, and I'm like, dog,
listen,
don't let the cops.
I'm just happy that he's willing to do it. I'm just happy.
And if they do, be mad about it.
I think you made it. I think you made a really good point, though.
Just keep doing it.
Which one?
I think you made a really good point.
You're a hero.
It's clear that the conversations I'm having are with toddlers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mean that in like in a dickish way, but no, seriously. But you do. But like, no, seriously. I agree with you. Like, you guys are straight on. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't have to do this. Right. And I have a lot of people who say the same thing. But the fact that we have to have these conversations still shows that they are at somewhat of a toddler space mentality, which is horrible. I'm not like I'm never justifying this shit at all. Yeah. But all right, so I let's take it away from race for a second. And you have a daughter, so I think you can rally around this for a second, right? All right, so rape, all bad, right?
Yeah,
always.
Rape bad.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Yep. Cool. In an ideal world, no matter what a young lady wears, walking down the street, no one should rape her.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
No matter what.
Right? Agreed.
She could walk around butt-ass naked.
Right. Agreed.
Should never get raped, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But as a father of a daughter, right? Mm-hmm. You understand ideal world is no one will do this, but you also understand that in the real world, if you walk around in certain things, in certain areas, she should be prepared.
To be raped?
Not prepared to be raped. You're a jackass.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? What I'm saying
is expressed by Rich Boxer does not necessarily. At first I thought it was just gonna be Dre. Now I gotta do this side too.
So what I'm saying is like I'll never victim blame. Right. Like and if I had a daughter, my thing would be this, right? The same way how I'm sure when your daughter gets old enough, you'll tell her things like, don't walk down dark alleys. Right. So when you're going home, make sure you're with someone. Right. It's not like we're not victim blaming, but like we want to make sure you're prepared.
And aware.
Right. So let me stop you, right? And it's a good point that you make. So here's the difference with what you're saying. You're correct. That is not victim blaming. That is along the same lines as saying, hey,
When you get stopped by a cop,
not just nope,
2 hands on.
Nope, not even that. That's not even an equivalent.
Okay,
that's the same thing as saying, hey, when you get home, don't leave your laptop on your back seat, right? Because if someone walks by, sees a laptop on the, they may bust your window. Now,
which has happened to me.
Even if you don't do that, if someone is busting into cars, they might be just walking around and busting windows on cars, right?
Sure.
But at least don't make yourself an easy victim.
Sure.
Take it to the rape scenario, right? It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter how you're carrying yourself. My cautions to my child are, hey,
be safe.
Make sure aware of your surroundings. Don't drink so much that you're not able to function. Park somewhere well-lit. Stay on well-lit streets. Stay with a group, right? Sure. That's not victim blaming because guess what? Rapists are going to be rapists.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the victim does. If you're a rapist, you're a rapist. If you're a thief, you're a thief. If you are a killer, you're a killer, right?
Right.
So all I can tell you is to take the precautions that I would take, that anybody would take.
Based off the world we're in.
Right.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Take this to white people, right? Right? Here's the difference with what you say.
I'm scared.
Are you scared? I'm nervous.
Here's the difference with that, right?
Okay.
Could you edit my face out?
I'm not. Nope. You all are not in a space where something is being thrown at you that you're unaware of, and I now have to walk watch both ways when you cross the street. Make sure I don't have to do that. And you're actually, if anything, the rapist in this scenario. And I'm trying to tell you, please stop raping me. That's the problem.
Rich has just called all white
people. Wait.
I have not. No. Wait, I'm saying no.
Did you just say please stop raping me?
Yeah.
No. What he just said was
all
white people are rapists.
Nope, that's not what
I just wanted to make sure.
Because I'm saying.
I know.
I just want to make sure.
If I'm gonna put you in that, to use your analogy,
you're right.
Historically, these are the people that have been doing the oppression. So I'm telling you, hey. If you're not going to do it, could you tell your friends to stop doing it? Like, I don't care how I just don't want to be raped anymore. So, whether it's you stop doing it or you got to ask your boys to stop, or fight on my behalf against the rape. Like, whatever it was.
Just make sure if you're going to rape me, put a condom on.
Something, right? That's the problem.
Something.
Right.
Something.
I was like, right. No, I'm dead.
He's going to say no.
But here go the things, right? Here go the things, right? No, because now I'm doing what you're doing. You're like, look, I understand that you don't know this, so I understand that you're going to rape. If you're going to rape,
at least do it safely.
Right. That's what you're doing when you kind of coddle them and with the whole, you give them the excuses.
I think it's like, you guys are like,
I'm just saying.
Mo is lost. He's like, what the fuck is happening?
When did I get raped?
Right now. Should I say please stop raping? I think this is where the topic changes to something.
Mo goes to work. Mo is going to work tomorrow to all of his white coworkers. Please don't rape me. They're like,
no. He gonna start walking to them like, so if you have to though,
right?
Here's a condom. Here's some KY.
If you insist.
Next subject, please. Next subject.
Next subject. At the end.
I'm racism out and raped out.
Yeah,
I was about to say that's what she said, but I'm not gonna say
I
that because
definitely wasn't expecting the rape part.
Who would have ever thought that would be a sentence you'd say? I'm racism out and raped out.
Please stop raping me. That's the 2021. Oh man.
Oh god.
That should have been the 2020 motto, dog. By November, December, it should have been like, all right, just please stop raping me.
I have a migraine right now.
Nigga,
I'm just ready for the next topic.
Anyway, next topic.
All right.
Because we have a lot more still.
So, guys.
Yes.
Back to Texas.
Oh shit.
The state that keeps on giving.
Texas
keeps on giving.
Did you see the story about the guy, the gas station shooting? The Joseph Bassard?
I didn't see it.
All right. So basically this guy, I thought I sent it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy, he goes to a gas station, gets into a verbal altercation with some kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The kids leave. He goes to his car, circles their car, drives off, comes back, gets out of his car and shoots them.
I feel like there's been a movie like this.
It's happened before.
And the crazy thing was, like, I kept thinking about the case in Pennsylvania.
I remember this one
with the snowstorm.
The snowstorm,
where like started as an argument.
So like, yo, he had a really bad shot because he shot a lot of times before he actually hit somebody.
He definitely. I don't know what.
He was aiming. He was like pop, pop, pop.
But the crazy.
And they just stayed there.
Dog, here's the crazy.
It was almost like they had been shot at before and never got hit and thought like it was okay.
I think so.
I think never in their wildest dreams did they think he was gonna shoot him. Like, because when he came out with the gun,
they stayed.
The lady was like, "What are you gonna do? Shoot me or something?" Like, I'm like,
"Yes."
He went inside and got a gun and came back.
That's what people usually do when they bring a gun out, you know.
And so
that's the privilege of being white, though.
But dog, the crazy thing with it was like, you just never know what is in somebody's mind.
Sure.
Because like these kids got into a verb. It's like you at the gas station, you get into an argument with somebody over whatever.
Sure.
You not thinking he about to go get a gun and come back and shoot you in the gas station, right?
Sure.
You arguing with your friends over like, you arguing with a neighbor over like a snow issue.
Right.
And he went in and came out, shot the wife.
Guns a-blazing.
Forget about it.
I saw that and I just couldn't help think, but like, I'm going to think about my next verbal.
So I'll say this. Like I have been fortunate to have never been in a fight in my life. Like never. Not even as a child.
Okay.
Never got in a fight.
Wow. That's some news I got to turn around to you for. Go ahead.
It must be the mixed part of me.
I think it has to be. It has to be, you know?
Right. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yo, like, nah, so I've won, so I'm very anti-confrontation anyway. So I try to de-escalate in any way that I can. So whether it's throwing out a joke, and like I'll be the one to be like, so I mean, look at your size compared to my size. Pause. Right? Like that alone.
The views expressed. Anyway, go ahead.
That alone shows you the kind of way that I hop into confrontation.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to make this shit funny.
Right.
I'm be like, yo, you don't want to fight me. You're gonna win. Like you don't want to do this shit. Like, why are we fighting?
You're gonna disarm the person with humor. Right.
Let's hug.
Right. Like that Kevin Hart.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Bring it in.
Bring it in. There's literally no reason for us to fight. Like you're gonna win. Like it's not even gonna be a fight.
Right.
Either that, or I'm running and I'm faster than you. Like you're not gonna catch me.
Yeah, you're pretty fast.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna catch me. Right. So I've never gotten in a fight. So with that mindset, when I see these things, one, I'm like, all right. So I've been in a couple situations where someone who may have been upset with me has kind of started aggressing. So I remember one time we were leaving Crossroads.
Shout out to Crossroads.
Shout out to rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Crossroads. Yeah.
And there was a night. So my boys, so Maji, me, Nemesis, Black Spider, like Jason Steele.
Yeah.
So we used to be there every week. And there was this one, I think it was a Sunday. And this dude was just dancing like crazy. And I laugh. So I watched and I laughed. And apparently he had a problem. And I didn't realize he had a problem until later on. And we were leaving and he was ready to fight. And I'm just like, why you want to fight? I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, right? Now that you think about it, it's like,
he thought you laughing at him meant he got served.
Right. And like, he's ready. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And Maji is trying to like soften. I'm like, let's go home. This is not a thing. Right. It's not a thing, right? So I've been in a couple situations like that, but I've never been in a situation where I thought that I was actually in danger. Because honestly, if I get in something with you and you're about to get a gun, when you come back out, I'm not gonna be there.
No. First of all, I have to burn out the real things you say already, right? In that conversation. But this is the thing, right? This has happened before where I can't remember what state it was. where this guy, some black kids was playing loud music in a gas station.
I remember that one too.
And the older white guy. It
might have also been Texas.
It might have been. That's why I'm not 100%
That's why I
sure.
believe it was a movie, because I feel like there was a movie that was made like this.
It happened recently. It happened maybe within the past year, 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But it has happened in recent history, right?
And it might have been Florida, because I think he tried to claim stand your ground.
Right, stand your ground. It was one of your stand your ground states.
And it was because the music was loud or some shit like that.
So because of all this, right? I am not arguing with anyone. Like, I would argue with y'all because I know y'all, and,
Let me tell you
hopefully y'all wouldn't shoot me.
Hopefully.
But hopefully.
I'm going to pee on you.
I would still cross my
trying
finger.
to fight you, though.
but he said he'd pee on me. So, I definitely have to be more concerned than the fighting part, right? But, when you really think about it, I am not arguing with people anymore. People are just looking for a reason.
Honestly, I'm with you. Like, I've realized that the argument is not worth it.
It's really not. It's ever not worth it.
Ever.
Like I watched this young lady in the supermarket the other day, and she was getting her food, and she was getting on WIC, and she was doing WIC math, and like a lot of us have done WIC math, and basically,
I was about to say, what is WIC math?
So basically, here's what's happened, right? Whatever it was she was getting, because I couldn't hear the whole story, but whatever it is she was getting, she had to. You can get certain measurements of certain things, right? And so I can't remember what she was getting, but the bottom line is
what
she
is
needed
WIC?
some.
like that, I'm lost at the WIC part. What is WIC?
All right. I wasn't that lost.
Right. Okay.
WIC math, I was kind of lost, but
we'll get to this.
We'll
later,
talk about it.
But basically,
okay.
Special assistance for women and infant children, right?
Oh, so I've never heard that. Why, yo? So first of all, let's stop.
You can't say you've never heard of that.
This is privilege.
I refuse to believe you've never heard of WIC.
We're watching it happen.
I've never believed. I would never believe you.
Don't so. This is probably why I will give white people the benefit of the doubt, because there are situations where people I've never heard of fucking WIC.
Then yes, I get it now. I see why you would give them benefit of that. But so the bottom line is. It's
I feel judged.
Right. You should a little bit. So the bottom line is it's financial assistance, but it's to purchase certain items, and the way they work it out is
so very much like Snap.
Very much like Snap, but it's like how Snap would be like for groceries. Anything food.
Right.
WIC would give you specific things, like you get X amount of cereal, X amount of milk, X amount of whatever.
Gotcha.
So sometimes because it's giving you this amount, but the grocery is selling it in these sizes, you may have to pick and choose and balance your size.
Like the 3/5 shit.
Right. So
that I didn't know. So I'm back on this side.
Bitch.
So
I didn't know. I really didn't know.
And I'm just saying, like, it's because they are specific with how they assign it, right?
Right.
So anyway, the problem was the girl in the cashier was not understanding what the young lady was saying to her, right? Because maybe she hadn't been used to dealing with it or whatever. Maybe she was new. I don't know. But she went off on her.
Who was the
woman? The customer.
The WIC customer.
In a very aggressive way that was a little disrespectful, because she's like, can we get somebody else here? She don't know what she's doing. Blah. And it got to the point where people start to another guy in the line is like looking at her because you're making a scene.
Sure.
So when you make a scene,
I'm going to look now.
People look. And she got mad. Sir, you need to mind your business, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't say anything.
Like, you are my business.
Right, like I mind my business when you're making the scene.
Right, like you're loud. They can hear you. You're literally yelling to get someone else here. So it's not even like you're just talking to her anymore. You're yelling to try to get another cashier here. So obviously people can hear you. And then you get mad at the person listening to you. And it's like, now, in his defense, he ain't saying nothing because, again, it's not worth it.
Right.
But I'm like, I bring it up to say, like, I listened to the whole thing. I don't know how she got to that level of anger, right? Even in dealing with the cashier, she got to a point, it escalated with no antagonization from anyone.
My guess is that it had way more to do with that situation.
Right. So let's take it to Snowplow Guy, right?
Okay.
They had a simple argument.
There's so much more to this than we can ever...
Right. But you know what I'm saying? You're guessing that... Okay, that was more about something happening internally with her. She's looking at the situation. Maybe she's a little embarrassed or whatever. This dude, we look at a simple argument between neighbors, right?
Get shot each other. Like, somebody fucked somebody's wife. Like, that's the only thing I think of.
Right. The way he went in and came back out with malice and intent, and then went back and got a second gun. Like,
and he shot himself too, right?
Yeah, he shot himself when the cops came.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Wait, we're talking about the
same in the snow guy.
The snow guy. Okay,
right. When after he went in, got the handgun.
Yeah,
emptied
I remember that. I thought you were still talking about the guy who shot
the guy in Texas.
Yeah,
he did not kill himself.
Okay, cool.
He got into a standoff with the police and got taken into custody alive.
Because that's what always happens.
Of course,
because he was white.
Of course.
But he did. But you know what though? Let me tell you this.
The Pennsylvania shooting was one of the. Let me tell you something. That was one of the most surreal things I've ever seen.
I didn't
to
think
the
it was
point
real.
Where I questioned the validity of that video.
I didn't think it was real.
Like first. I had to watch that.
I
remember. You know when I actually took the video serious was when I read the
right.
Article.
I had to read the article to realize.
So I didn't actually see it until the articles started showing.
You saw the article. Okay.
I saw the articles. I saw the video as a result of the articles.
I saw the video.
I saw the video. Then
I saw the video by itself.
Because y'all follow people that share this kind of shit.
It was shared in the group chat.
I didn't watch it.
Okay, I'm about to say I saw the video by itself and was like, "This is crazy. This can't be real." And then,
yeah, it was
like immediately after.
It felt like one of those.
First of all, I don't like watching death, so there's that.
So it felt like one of those videos from back in the Wild Wild West when you were talking, you see the subtitles after. That's how crazy it was. It couldn't believe. Like it was some cheesy one-liners in it. And it was just like it was so surreal that I was like,
the video.
I was like, "There's no way this
made
real.
no sense."
Yeah,
not at all.
But, so I will say this: like I think that the if we step back, take the violence out of it, mental health is real.
It is.
That's like that. I think that's the core of it all.
Absolutely,
mental health is real. And when you think about seasonal depression, because we're talking about snow and all that kind of shit. We think about COVID. We talk about like. People losing their jobs,
and somebody,
and then my neighbors,
somebody fucked somebody's wife.
Then my neighbors disrespected me by taking snow off of his property and throwing it on my property.
Because that level of escalation.
Nobody kills somebody because I put snow on your fucking driveway. Like,
and that's why I'm like, honestly, dog. That family that got killed, they never in their wildest dreams thought it was gonna end like that, right?
Dog, they apparently were beefing from before,
right? Oh, and that's what I'm saying. It's like. That's why I said the arguments aren't worth it anymore to me. Because I just don't know what you... But I'll tell you this, though. If we arguing and you walk in your house with a purpose...
I'm going inside.
There ain't no way I'm standing...
But I already told you
right,
that. You leave, you're not going to catch me when you come back. You're like, where's that nigga Dre?
Right. Like, no. You march off with a purpose, that's my cue to also...
I might not even be in my house at that point in time.
We might want to go inside and get some hot chocolate.
No, like, on the real, I might be somewhere completely... I might not be in my house.
Listen,
I'll be somewhere else.
Only reason I'll be in my house is because I'm like, okay, it's either going to be a shootout...
right.
Or
I don't own guns.
But it's not just gonna be me as the victim. So you
march
in your house, I'm gonna march in mine too. So
I'm gonna run up the street.
Now, get you a gun, sir. We could have a whole we could do a whole episode on gun rights and gun debates. I will say as an American
citizen, self-preservation, and you're a homeowner as well.
You should
have a gun.
At least
one legal,
right? Legally, right?
I would only own a legal firearm.
And honestly,
I'm not even talking about you. I'm just talking about everybody that's listening in this podcast.
If there is any stigma against guns, I'm telling you, like, just go take a class. Get familiar and comfortable with it.
Oh, don't get it twisted. I went to a very white high school. I shot...
So because you went to a high school, that means you know to shoot guns?
No.
What are you saying?
I was actually...
I don't even understand what you're saying.
I was actually saying it.
What do you win? Columbine?
So we had a sporting clays team. So I was a part of the sporting clays team. So I've shot. Like I'm very familiar and comfortable shooting. I just don't particularly want a gun. But
that's your right.
But I hear you.
Yeah, that's your right. That's your right.
I'm just saying, it is your right to not want one.
But you like get one.
Like there's very few things I tell people just to buy. You should at least
buy a gun.
I think as long as if you're a homeowner or you have a piece of property, I think as part of self-preservation and stuff, you should definitely own a firearm.
Right. Okay. So
I'll consider it.
Hey, look, do what you do.
Listen,
I got you.
Listen.
Do what you do. So, all right.
I'm not even going to argue.
All right, y'all. So, before we wrap up, real quick, You gotta hit it.
Did you just snort?
Right.
Did
you just snort, sir?
Because listen, I wanted to say a couple other things, but I was like,
say them.
I'm not even gonna
say them. Say them,
We'll
Mr.
run
Piggy.
it long and say it.
Say them, Mr. Piggy.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you call him Mr. Piggy?
He just snorted.
Oh. I was like, wait a minute.
He's like, wait,
right.
why is he calling him Mr. Piggy?
Next. What's the next topic, Richard?
All right, Joe.
I've never heard him called Richard.
Fellas. All
right, sorry.
Here we are.
Yes.
30-something days into the Biden administration. We got 50 million vaccines issued. Y'all taking it?
As soon as I can.
Listen, if you pour that vaccine in this cup right now, I'm taking it straight to the head.
So let me
hear me?
Let me tell you, Rich. Let me tell you, Rich. So I know you already took the first dose.
I'm one dose in.
So it is very difficult for me not to use my privilege to go get my dose because I can get it if I want to.
So why don't you?
Because I'm so anti people using privilege to get in front of people who like if we decide that X amount of people should get it because they are first responders, and X people should get it because they're elderly, whatever. I can't on one hand, fuck you. I can't on one hand be like, yo, it's fucked up for people who got money to jump in or whatever, and then me be like, I'm gonna jump in because I can. Like,
right. So here's my thoughts with what you're saying, right? So I'll be honest with you. I got 2 appointments to get my first shot. Like I just got another email saying, hey, so I was like, oh, I already got my first shot. So basically there's a appointment just sitting out there that's available.
Send it my way, please.
I was about to say
I'm waiting for my company.
So that I don't mind. Like if you have one, let me take it.
Right, but listen to my point, right? But you can't because it's like for, hey, if you're ready, you can come get it. So I don't know that I can, but I'm obviously not going. So that frees it up for someone is what I'm saying. Like when I told them, hey, I'm on my second, that just freed up an appointment, right? I look at it like this, 2 ways, right? If you plan on getting it anyway, because part of the problem with us, our community, and what's happening with us, we're facing 2 issues.
Yep.
One, there's a report that there's not enough coming to our communities.
Sure.
And part of it is not even like a supply chain thing. Part of it is that they just don't have the facilities for us in our area. Right. There's not enough pharmacies. There's not enough places that will administer it. So if you live in certain Black communities, you have to travel a little out of the way just to get, right? Even if you are being selected. And then the second part of the problem is a lot of people in our community
don't want to take it.
Right. So we're already not getting enough, and a lot of us are not even taking it when they are coming. So I'm like, to you, if you're someone who is willing to take it and has the means to get it, it doesn't make sense. Like you're not really, I'm not going to say you're not skipping over people, but it just seems like, at least from the reports I'm reading, that the goal is they're trying to get everyone regardless.
Right.
Regardless, whether you get it now. Because remember, we heard the story of the dude who, 20-something-year-old dude, was happened to be walking through Giant or Shoppers or whatever, and they were like, hey, we got a couple more. Do you want it? Because they don't want to waste it, right? They would rather inject someone than waste it. Yeah. So I'm like, and I'm not here to preach, go get the vaccine. If you don't want to get it, you don't want to get it.
Yeah,
right?
It's up to you.
It's up to you. I'm just saying, if you want to get it, then my opinion is if you want to get it and you have the means to go ahead and get it done, it's better to get it done because I don't really feel like, again, depending on where you're going, that you're necessarily skipping that many people in line just because there are a lot of us in our community who are skeptical about it. And, they have their reasons to be skeptical, so I'm not.
So what do you think, Trey? Would you take it?
He already said he's trying to.
Bro, honestly, I might have to skip the line soon.
Listen.
I'm ready to take it. I'm ready. I mean, part of it, too, is because I know very soon that's going to be a prerequisite to travel.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And I love to travel. So the idea of not being able to doesn't work for me. So if that means get a shot or 2 shots rather, which I heard Johnson's is only 1 shot. But I still would love to do
2
the
shots.
Moderna.
Yeah.
Just
or the Pfizer.
Moderna.
Okay.
Well, he has a reason for that.
I have the reason for the Moderna.
Okay.
But Either way, I'm taking any of the shots. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Right.
If they're like,
if they're like,
all we have is Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson, just tell me what arm to put it in.
Listen, Johnson & Johnson is only one shot, and I don't know. I mean, by the time this episode airs, it might have gotten the FDA approval. But
it already has.
Yeah, it today.
It already has.
Today.
It was early in the week.
It went today, so it had.
It went Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, it was early in the week. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? I'm not even gonna sit here.
I think I heard the approval yesterday.
But I remember reading something that it was.
I remember when it was going for FDA approval. Okay.
So maybe it was the preliminary piece, but either way,
it'll get approved.
I will take that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm ready to, if for nothing else, be a part of the whole herd vaccination piece, right? Where it's like, if we get the majority of people vaccinated,
if you get 70 to 80% of the people,
right? Because
then chances are we can. And
I'm just ready. I'm ready to fucking fed, dog.
So listen, if you guys tell me that whatever you pour in this cup
was the vaccine,
I'm taking it to the head without a question, because I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of. Like since the lockdown happened,
let's pour something in there.
This is like the second place I've been. I'm being honest.
Let's pour something in there.
So vaccine.
Listen, I believe that this is the vaccine right now. You feel me? And trust me, by the looks of this bottle, you can tell that I believed it, right?
Right.
But I am tired of the lockdown. I'm tired of being indoors.
COVID
is
COVID.
So
is like the fatigue that comes with COVID, you know, it's so real right now.
That you got people partying in their cars, dog. I mean, like,
dog.
Yo, honestly, did I hear Grenada cancel Carnival for 22?
Yeah. That's what I heard.
For 21. They canceled 21. For 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I can't knock them because...
No, I'm not.
So like, full disclosure, and I know it came up in our group chat a while ago, and I was like, don't even put this in the ethos. But Carnival in Trinidad 2022... like realistically, may not happen.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think it's a chance it will happen. I don't think. I don't think Trinidad could sustain 2 years in a row.
First of all, Trinidad can definitely sustain.
I don't think so
because Trinidad does not rely on Carnival, and private industry is what actually
which is
generates the money.
Trinidad as a country, right,
will be just fine.
Right. But the hotel industry and the small businesses
will be just fine.
In the area
will be just fine.
Not be able to sustain.
Will be just fine. Like, no, think about it.
If you're not Royal Palm, you will not be able to sustain.
No, so hear this, right? Trinidad is not built for tourism. So they're used to not actually having full occupancy throughout the year.
Okay.
Right? So I'm not saying that they won't hurt a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They'll hurt based on the fact that so I did a study on this, right? For a presentation I had to do. Obviously, the numbers increased during Carnival.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
So when you think about it just from a profit and sustainability standpoint, if I know I'm expecting X amount of profits in this period, then I'm okay with possibly getting less throughout the year.
Right.
So now when I'm not even getting the spike, that kind of does hurt. But
it definitely affects them, yeah.
But to your point though, the main, like, you have to remember from a standpoint, at least from a leadership standpoint, if the country can sustain without Carnival, then I can't sacrifice or risk the health and well-being of everyone to appease the industries that may suffer. Those industries may just have to suffer. Right. And if I'm a responsible leader,
I'll make sure that we take care of those industries.
Right. I may have to cut them some checks to offset what they lose. Now, take it a step back. I don't see a scenario where Trinidad doesn't have Carnival. Unless
and let me clarify. When I say no Carnival 2022, it's not technically no Carnival. It's if there is one, I truly believe it's going to be it's going to be a local Carnival, or if they even open it up to anyone else, it's going to be people who are vaccinated to come to Trinidad.
I totally agree.
Because from a logistics standpoint, I do not believe Trinidad actually has it set up to get the entire country, or at least 60 to 80% of the country vaccinated.
Right. So I know Trinidad as for a fact already has some of the vaccine in the country, right?
Some of it, yeah.
And they're trying to vaccinate most of the country by April-ish,
which is not going to happen.
Summerish, right?
It's not going to happen.
I totally agree.
Not gonna happen.
I totally agree with
y'all. Didn't think 100. Y'all didn't think 100 million.
Exactly.
I think
I totally agree with.
Now,
listen,
I think what would stop them would be unwillingness of people. I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be lack.
I totally agree with letting the people who are vaccinated, who has their
even so, April
card
is
totes and
2
people.
months
I never
from
said
now.
no, not April.
So
not
that's
April.
what he's saying.
Yeah, he said April or summer. I say summer.
Yeah, I'm more believe
say
summer.
like no, it's not gonna happen before the end of fall, beginning of our winter.
Nah. I'm with Mo on again. I haven't seen what their plan is.
Mm-hmm. Let's put a wager on it. Like
because again, let's
put a wager the same way that we did with JR.
No, because I put
that's a heavy wager,
son. That wager was based
on. I'm gonna take your money.
No, that wager was based on known facts, sir. I just said
I'm gonna take your money, dog.
Just said I have not seen the plan yet. Now, if I look at the plan and it makes sense to me, I may revisit this, but now
that was the best 500 I've made in 2020,
so
and I made a lot more than 500. But that 500 felt so good.
It was easy money, dog. It was easy.
It felt so good. It felt so good.
I think I might just change that into ones and just lay in a tub with it, or just throw it on my bed and roll around on it.
Honestly, I thought I wasn't gonna get it, but I got it all.
But realistically, right? Sure. I think they can have. Not everyone, but
sure. At least a decent
amount of people done by. And again, I have to look at the plan. Sure. If they have supply chains coming in, I think they can get a decent.
Because the numbers in Trinidad are actually pretty good.
They're great. They're great. But like so. Okay. So here's my bigger point. It's not about the numbers being bad.
Okay.
Right? Because yes, Oxford has already positioned Trinidad to being the best country handling COVID.
Yeah,
that was a while ago.
Globally. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. It was pre-election. But I get you. I get
the fact that it was even
it was up there. Oh yeah, because they handled it well at first.
So the country is doing well, right? When we think about the capacity from a global market,
right,
for the vaccine to even be shared, first, that's a big piece, right? When we think about all of the details that would need to be T's checked, crossed, and I's dotted in order to get Trinidad the vaccines in time for Carnival 2022.
Keep in mind it's February.
Right, it's the end of February, beginning of March. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying that if it happens, I believe that it will be a regional / domestic carnival.
I hear what you're saying. I disagree.
I think
it will be a full carnival.
I think
I hope you guys are right.
I think at least.
Let me tell you why.
Because first of all, I'm gonna get vaccinated, so they're gonna let me in. But aside from that, I'm gonna be there regardless.
I think it's gonna be a full carnival for the vaccinated people.
Let me tell you why I think so. I think again, if we're projecting, right?
Okay.
I think the majority of the American people who want to get it by summer will have it by summer.
Sure.
Right? I think we'll meet the timeline, right? And they're already, from surprisingly to a lot of people, Boris Johnson's doing a great job in the UK with how he's handling it now. Post early stop to the lockdown that caused the spike again, but this most recent, he's been handling well in the UK.
Sure.
I think when the people in the islands are thinking of like who's coming from out of town,
sure,
they're thinking US and UK, right? I believe, like you said, they may have restrictions on who can enter. A COVID passport, whatever, a vaccination passport, etc. But I think that the number of people who will be willing and vaccinated at that point
will be high enough to still make it a full carnival.
Still be a full carnival.
I see from that standpoint.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I do believe there'll be restrictions. I just think that we're talking a year from now, and you think in 30 days there were 50 million shots administered in the U.S. alone. They're averaging like 2 million shots a day or something here. So like,
from that standpoint, I didn't consider it that way, but I can see it. I think that like the determining factor for that still is going to be the amount of Trinidad that gets vaccinated,
right?
Because it doesn't matter if there hasn't been like a huge flare up in the country, if people are still hanging out unvaccinated.
Right, but remember,
I think
70 Trinidad are
low.
Down.
Yeah.
I think 70%. If you get 70% of Trinidadians to actually vaccinate,
What was that?
I don't even know. I think if 70%,
I think our sound guy's playing with the.
I think if 70% of Trinidadians get vaccinated, there will be a full blown carnival in 2022.
Well,
I hope so.
You know, here's hoping. Look, we'll be able to play this.
Too.
Listen, we'll be able to play this episode back, and we'll see who ends up right by the time comes.
And I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
So,
Rich is gonna Dre's gonna buy us drinks if he when he loses.
At Brainwash.
I wouldn't soak a Brainwash tickets, bro.
He's gonna buy us drinks at Brainwash.
So matter of fact, I will get you guys Brainwash tickets.
If Trinidad has a full carnival,
I'm there.
We on it. Hey, Cupid wanna.
The producers on them want some tickets too.
Cupid's not on camera right now.
He making all kind of sign language.
I don't care what he does
It
off
was
camera right now.
He was like, I want a piece of this shit.
Wait a minute.
But because he's my bro, I'll organize a ticket for him too.
All right. So I'll hear that. If Trinidad have a full carnival and Soca Brainwash is happening, at least for the people here,
we in there.
Tickets on Dre.
Tickets on Dre. What?
Right. Before we close out,
I wonder what the team gonna be.
Hang on, son. The theme. If it's the theme that he was going, I wonder if he's gonna keep the theme from.
So how funny would this be though? If he doesn't have the party, even though there's a carnival,
I'll be salty.
If he doesn't decide to, I'll be like,
nah.
You guys don't get Soca Brainwash tickets.
No, I mean, I'm gonna be salty. Here's the thing. I would honestly be salty because I look forward to Brainwash.
Me too.
So
I just like free shit. So
I mean, yeah, I like that too. That too. I do. I am a fan.
Don't get twisted. If there's a carnival, he's having a party.
Right.
Of course he is.
But could you imagine?
Even if it's last minute, he'll figure it out because he'll be like, we have to do this.
And here's the thing. It's easy. His brand is so strong and so popular. He could definitely.
It'll still happen regardless.
There's a few brands in Trinidad that could get the last minute word.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
And they will still be able to throw it.
He sells out the same day he posts a picture.
I think the major events are going to be okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Brainwash, anything from Caesar.
And honestly, every other event. Like, bro, the amount of people that want to party.
Honestly,
honestly, I could throw a party the same time as Brainwash and still win. I know I could. I would never do it, but like I could.
If you are a promoter and you are ever thinking about getting into Trinidad Carnival,
this is the time.
This is the year.
Because I feel everybody in Trinidad will win next year because there'll be so many people going.
Yeah.
That
so many people want something to do.
As one party sell out, they're gonna be like, all right, what's next?
What else can I do?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like there'll be so many people who want to go.
Sure.
Your party will do well.
Sure.
So I even said like Miami. If Miami happens, I'm going.
Miami will probably happen this year.
Miami will probably, but by Miami, I'll be fully vaccinated. So
I'm only going to Miami if I get vaccinated.
Yeah, if Miami happens, I'm in Miami.
And if I get vaccinated, I'm liking myself.
Let me tell you,
Miami happens. I gonna pull out a Rich. I walk in every party, no shit on.
I'm not walking in with no shit.
No, I walk in no shit. I'm like, yo, I miss Carnival 2020.
Dre park in the car, no. They not even carrying shirts to Miami. He wearing one shirt on the plane there.
No,
and wear that shit back on the way.
My entire bag is gonna be shorts.
Right? Are you gonna be wearing one of those netted like tank tops?
Nigga, no. Shorts.
Shorts.
Shorts. He's packing one shirt. He's wearing it on the plane there.
That's it. And then washing it and
wearing that plane back on the plane.
Dog, matter of fact, I walk in my tribe shorts, my bliss shorts, my pure shorts. I'm wearing all kind of carnival shorts.
This kind of a team. I like it.
All right, so fellas, lastly before we call it tonight.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Because I didn't know the story we're going with now.
I know exactly where you're going.
My favorite story.
Onlyfans Mom.
Dog.
Son. Okay, so the preface set up the story. Mother, I can't remember what city she's in, but she has an OnlyFans account. One of the fathers in her neighborhood or whatever found her OnlyFans account.
Right.
Paid to subscribe.
Oh my God, what is this that I just subscribed to?
Told his wife, and they set out on a campaign to shame her.
Sure.
Sent her pictures all around the neighborhood. So there was some men that was like, this is atrocious. Send me more.
Is this who I was subscribed to this whole time?
I'm not sure how angry I am about this. I need 3 more and the video if you have them, please. Sure. So, but the problem became the school. Her children are in a Catholic school.
Sure.
Let me backtrack. She was making $100K.
I was waiting.
100. Don't shortchange the lady. 150K a month.
From OnlyFans.
Yes.
So for starters, let me throw this out here.
You start an OnlyFans.
Listen.
If I can figure out a way to make 150K, you know what? My kids don't gotta go to fucking Catholic school.
No,
like
right?
No, it's a Catholic private school though.
I don't. Well, no. all of them are private. Yeah. Like there's no public Catholic school.
So wait. What's the question so we can answer?
There's no question.
So I'm just hold on. Because there is one later. But look, I'm getting to the point. Like her kids were then when the school got wind of it.
Sure.
Kicked her kids out of the school.
Sure.
And told her afterwards that we are changing the handbook,
the policy,
to say that you cannot have any blog or website or anything that
parents cannot have those.
That's what I said by you. Yeah. Like parents cannot have anything that goes against what the Bible, church standards or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute. You kicked her kids out. And then told her, "Hey, this isn't even wrong yet,
right?
But we're changing the rules to make it so that lawsuit, because even at my $150K a month, that lawsuit that's coming down,
no, I can afford to fight this.
No,
so what would you do?
All right, so first and foremost, and Rich already touched on it. So the big issue is that there's no policy in the handbook,
correct,
that says that what I've done is wrong.
Is wrong.
And so for you to kick my kids out. That's first and foremost. Right. That's like baseline, right? The second piece is what I'm doing should not dictate my child being in school.
Right. Correct. My tuition is paid monthly.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's not coming from a legal activity. So even, let's say I was paying for the school and you found out I was selling drugs.
Right.
So I'm paying for the school through illegal activities.
Right.
I could see you saying, you know what? No, we don't want to associate with that. Right?
That's not the issue.
Right? It's legally made money.
Legal.
Right. All right. So that's the foundation here.
Correct.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I'm literally trying to put myself in the shoes of a husband, because to actually add some more color to what you painted, the only reason she started the OnlyFans page was because she and her husband were going through issues at one point, and I think she was going through menopause, and like she wasn't feeling sexy, and they agreed to it, blah 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 blah, whatever it is. Like she created the OnlyFans page. He was okay with it.
The family
was okay with it. Right. Okay. So now we talk about this. Like we said before, she ain't do nothing wrong. She wasn't in the handbook. You are reprimanding my kids based off of what I'm doing.
Right.
Whether you agree with it or not. Fine.
And it's not illegal.
It's not illegal, right? So that's the base level for me, right? After that, I'm like, all right. First and foremost, you are knocking me for something that I've done that's a subscription service that someone had to subscribe to.
Correct.
Because I
paid money.
Right, paid money. Because I did not post it publicly, she said.
Right. So you're knocking me on something that someone subscribed to and shared to the community.
Right.
Correct.
So the dads in this community,
all of it, right? So here's the thing. Right. How you find me?
Right. Because I'm not promoting it.
Right.
I'm
not promoting. How did you find me?
But actually, let's backtrack. She's making $150 per month.
That's the big issue. That's the story. That's the story.
I have forwarded many OnlyFans directories to the fellas group.
Never seen it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's
OnlyFans. What's OnlyFans?
What's OnlyFans?
I didn't hear about that until the story.
Right. So I've shared, forwarded, because I've never looked at any of it, but like in group chats, I'm like, hey, I think the fellas would love this.
Right.
Forward, right? I forwarded enough of those, and I know for a fact that none of them are making $150 a month.
And so this is my thing.
Wait. Mm-hmm. Out of the ones that I've shared that we know aren't making $150 a month, those are pornographic.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I no cut cars, they're pornographic. Right. The
so
150
so I've heard. Mm-hmm.
Yes, me too. Allegedly.
The 150 that this young lady is making ain't no nudes.
Right.
And out of the nudes, I can't remember how she said it, but it was like it wasn't respectful news. It was tasteful, some shit like that. But like, so she's on some like boudoir shit.
Didn't we hear a story about this lady that this one girl that was making money? Like the guy hired her to like act like a puppy or some shit.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
I'm like,
yes.
There are people out there,
right, who are willing to pay,
who will pay for the most random.
Sure.
So,
but $150 a month.
So they are netting
more than $1 million a year.
Yeah. Well, I think it's 1.5 million a year. So I'm gonna switch it up to y'all, right? Because since I'm the guest, I could switch it up at least for the last topic.
It's like I'm gonna tell you.
At least for the last.
I don't think that's how it works.
Let me switch it.
Okay.
So, fellas, if it were you, right? Because it's a husband or boyfriend, right? That's actually filming and doing all this other stuff.
Okay.
Right. Would you support your significant other having an OnlyFans page?
So I
wait. I'm done. If she's netting $150,000 a month on OnlyFans.
Okay. Here's my answer, right? I would never know because I wouldn't support it at the front.
At the beginning.
So I wouldn't know if she's getting to $150K a month, right? So now let's say I start dating someone and then I find out that she is. Then I'm like, well, you were already doing this before I started dating. No, but like, let's be real, right? Even if
you can continue,
right? but I'm be real.
That's your job.
I'm gonna be real. Even if you weren't making 150, right?
Sure.
But you just didn't tell me. We start dating, we're getting together, and then I find out. I'm kind of gonna be like, but in my mind, I'm like, but she was doing this, right? I'm like, but she was always doing this anyway.
Sure.
So I may feel a type of way, but I'm not gonna tell you to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, if you ask me, I'd be like, I would prefer that everybody don't see your stuff.
Okay, so this is my stance on it. I saw some of the photos.
Okay.
None of the photos were risque enough for me to say.
Hers are different. Yeah.
But this point here, because I mean, if we're talking pornography, no, my chick's never gonna be on some pornography shit. But based off the pictures that I saw, like I'll put it this way, based off the pictures I saw, every person I date from now on, I'll be like, yo, if you could do that and make 150, go do it. Like, go do it right now.
Not just go do it. I'll take the pictures.
I'm gonna take the pictures.
Right. So the way how the story was set up was the boyfriend or husband or whoever was taking the pictures, right?
Yeah. Right.
Most people I know don't make 150 a year. So the fact that she's making that a month,
and that's what I'm saying.
It's ridiculous,
right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're netting, like you said.
That's my point. Like
$1 million plus.
At the end of the day, like, yo, look.
If you're making over $1 million plus, if you're making $1 million plus a year,
and let's be real here, right? Like, I'm doing well, right now, right, financially. I am not on the path to making $150 a month.
Most people aren't.
In like, let's just say I somehow became a superstar and started like really, really killing it.
Oh, you're not?
It's still not like gonna be $150 a month from now, at least for another 10 years. Exactly. At least, at the very least.
Exactly.
And it's probably not even gonna be then, right? So if my wife can make 150 by, again, not actually showing anything.
Right.
Just putting on, technically, if we really want to think about it, putting on
lingerie.
What is like a carnival costume.
Yes.
I'm not.
So
if convince me.
So I'm saying, if we're talking about the picture she posted, So if I was dating someone and she
I'm like, and that's take a little bit more off.
That is my point right there. Because if it were me,
right,
and you just making $150 a month in lingerie, I might even be like, well, baby, show a little nipple. I'm
gonna be like, yo, do you think that if I jumped in,
right? Like, I'm like, how can I help? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what can I do?
I'm supportive of that point.
I want to support my family.
Now again, like you said,
I would quit my job
if it's straight up
$150 a month.
Dog,
like, but yeah, honestly, $150 a month. You don't even got to do it for all that long.
Dog, right? you can do it for 2 months a year.
Right.
And then the rest of the year, we travel.
I would listen, I would at least do it for a year.
No, honestly, she could do it for a year and then stop.
We could move to another state.
Just stop altogether.
Just bank and move to another state. Nobody.
I mean, on the real, if it's my chick, I'm gonna be like, so babe, you're clearly the cash cow.
Right.
Right? Like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build an industry where we travel, we do this. And wherever we go, you can have a different backdrop.
Yes.
And
I'm willing to move to another state.
But now, so now, different side of that same question now. And I probably know you guys' answer. You're a parent, and this comes across your desk. This is your kid's teacher.
Sure.
What how do you feel finding out that your kid's teacher? Well, and let's take it a step further, right? Because we've already kind of all said that what she was doing was really
nothing
at all, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you found out your kid's teacher had a OnlyFans.
So if it were me,
that's a little bit different.
As long as listen,
I don't think honestly, you picked up on that.
No, I picked up on it. But listen, if my son had a teacher who had an OnlyFans, as long as she's not portraying nudity or doing crazy shit.
But what he just said was an OnlyFans. So he's talking about.
I don't care if she's getting banged out on the page.
But that's what he's talking about.
As long as she's not like, portraying nudity or
to the kids, right?
To the kids.
So as long as she's separating,
I wouldn't care. Like, I might even subscribe to the shit. I might be like, yo, I might be her top rated customer. And that I'm fucking being real right now, right? I'm being serious. I would subscribe to this shit.
Once he's not showing the kids, as long as I might subscribe to that shit. Like,
listen,
what?
Listen, I might come and wink at you in the class, like, yo, that shit was fat.
So stop. So stop.
I'm not subscribing.
So I'm subscribing. I'm definitely not subscribing at all.
You're fucking lying like shit.
First of all, I'm not subscribing to. I'm too cheap to subscribe to OnlyFans.
I would never.
What? Here's what, son. To subscribe to OnlyFans,
it's like $14.
Right.
That's beside the point.
Right.
How many of those have I forwarded to the group that have been free for you guys?
Fuck all that. Porn is free in general.
Facts. Facts.
How many times have you guys seen a teacher or something when it was growing up or?
No, I've had several teachers.
Like the chick who was.
That's a whole genre in porn.
Do you remember?
Right, that I can find for free.
Do you remember that teacher who was I think she was from North or South Carolina, and she was
I know you're talking about the thick one, Teacher Bay.
Yeah, Teacher Bay. You wouldn't subscribe to her page?
No.
You're fucking lying like shit.
Absolutely not.
So for starters, all of the ones that I've been able to afford to you guys have been
allegedly
have been someone who has gotten it free. I'm gonna holler at him if I'm that thirsty. I'm gonna holler at him and be like, "Yo, organize this one." Bro. And he'll figure it out how to.
You know what? I wish I knew what the hell you were talking about, bro.
Yeah.
First of all, you subscribing to your son's teachers, and you talk about us, son. Again, end of the day, like I said,
I want to make sure what she's teaching is correct.
But that
on her OnlyFans. All right, y'all. Before
no. We're not done yet. Because I have to point out a fucking hypocritical piece here, right?
Which one? I felt like I was giving them the out because
no, we didn't, right? Okay, so he ain't shit. But aside from that shit, right? All right, so imagine the same kind of situation, right? So we're not talking about OnlyFans. We're talking about, let's say I have kids in this particular school and I am the CEO of, I'm not going to call it Planned Parenthood, but like a similar type of situation, right?
Basically something that is abortion.
That was about to say,
so not an abortion clinic, but
someplace
that a health space that does also abortions, right?
Okay.
And I make enough money to send my kids here, and matter of fact, I even donate money, and the damn gym is named after me.
Okay.
Right? The thing is this, right? I do not believe that the same school will say, you know what, Mr. Francis is technically pro-choice in this situation, right? And he runs a clinic that does all these things that we are against as a Catholic society.
I don't believe that they will kick your kids out.
They won't. They wouldn't. I know that for a fact.
But I also don't believe that they would accept the grants and stuff from you either. And here's why.
Possibly.
Right.
Possibly.
Because of what you like, they'll take your money because they can take your money quietly.
Sure.
But once they start naming shit after you, they kind of got to give you a profile.
So that one piece, sure.
Right. So they wouldn't. But no, I agree with you. They would. I don't think they would kick you. And because remember, dude, there wasn't even a rule yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Dog.
Like when they found out,
they were like, "Oh, we got to write a rule."
Like they literally kicked the kids out and then said, "Oh, we're writing the rule tomorrow."
I hope they get sued.
Oh, bro.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Like the same way how you hope Texas dude.
Yeah.
I hope this school gets
sued.
They
should get sued. They should.
Because of this right here.
I hope they get sued.
For more than anything, it's like, yo, you cannot kick some kids out
for what they
because
the
mom did some shit.
Yeah,
and the shit the mom did is just
wasn't even fucked up.
In your mind, it's in poor taste.
Right.
That's it.
And how'd you find out about it? And guess what? You ain't kick out all them fathers and parents that was passing it around. Exactly. And fucking each other.
Right.
Because don't get it twisted. You ain't kick out because it's a Catholic school. You ain't kick out the priest that works for your school.
Yep.
That may have been doing some shit with your kids.
Yo, let me tell you something. The hypocrisy runs deep in
crazy.
Situations.
Crazy.
And it's again the selective outrage. Like, this is the thing we're mad about. Onlyfans. Get her out of here.
I'm still
cancel culture, man. I'm telling you, it's like the Mr. Potato Head stuff that all of a sudden it's not. I ain't even gonna get to it. All of a sudden it's
just Potato Head now, sir.
Listen,
dog. All I'm gonna say is this.
Listen,
Mo's upset that Mr. Potato Head is no longer Mr. Potato Head.
I'm still floored that she was making $150.
Oh yeah, like I'm
dude, I'm all for it, bro.
And honestly,
and not showing anything,
bro. And before we even dig too deep into that,
I would go.
I don't even.
Shopping.
Well, she white,
right?
She white.
But here's the thing. But where was the proof? Do we know that she was actually making that type of money, or is this just her claim?
No,
she claimed it.
Right.
I'm sure. I mean,
people don't typically claim that they're making that kind of money for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it might have been to size the story. It might have been she made.
I mean, she's not going to be making 150.
But even so like okay, so even if it wasn't 150, when Homegirl said she's making $14K a month, but like that was the first month, and then it eventually turned to 150. Fact of the matter is, she making some great money to not show a thing.
Right? No, I agree.
The most she showed was a leg with some fucking like some pantyhose on it.
Some lace, something on it.
Some pantyhose on it. Though, like I'm on some. So I know we dating. Are you willing to show?
I'm about to start borrowing some of these cameras inside this fucking studio.
I'm like, I will buy you some Louboutin,
right? Like,
if you show your legs.
Right.
And
I'm like, wait, y'all film
make us this money.
I'm like, wait, y'all film on Fridays? I can give it back to you on Thursday.
Dog, I'm about that life.
I'm
like,
what?
Yo, once you don't show
150,
once you show my goodies to them.
Shit.
Hey, you can show your leg with some pantyhose on.
I ain't mad at that.
That shit will be back on Thursday evening. Trust and believe. Fuck that shit.
We want a cut.
Listen, I'll give you all the 10%, whatever.
They're gonna fund the guys Unpacked.
Guys. All right, y'all. We have had a fun couple episodes here hanging out with the homie Mo Fire. You can catch him with your IG.
Say it.
At MOFIYAH 13.
But say it again.
As usual, MOFIYAH 13.
No, but say the sound drop.
More fire. 13, don't forget. Catch me.
And as usual, This has been the Guys Unpacked podcast. I am Rich.
I'm Dre.
And we will catch you guys next week with another brand new episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the link and we will be back.
Boom. If you enjoyed this, make sure you check out all our full episodes on YouTube at Guys Unpacked.
Also available anywhere you get your podcast, and follow us on all social media at Guys Unpacked.